Ask another one of your projects is the myKidsy playground concept, which relates to your tech startup. So, can you tell us a bit more about that project?
Well, the myKidsy, we started a few years ago. I started with a tech company where everybody said, how did I go into technology? But having two kids myself and being a working mother all their lives was something that made me think about the time out of school. What are they going to do, and how can they be engaged into meaningful activities? So I started the website myKidsy.com, which is practically a marketplace to find and book all the most amazing activities from, on and offline. And for example, during the pandemic, we started adding a lot of online classes like architecture for children that are taught by an American living in Portugal, and it's online. Keep the kids in the crazy pandemic, meaningful, busy, and not just be on PlayStations and doing gaming. And here is an example of VR racing with a former gold medalist in sailing in the UK and the coach of the UK, the British team. And so it's really about education and the future of education, where I think that our school system, all over the world, has been lacking behind the progress the world has seen in technology. And then in order to combine that, by all the categories, as you can see, we have online, I said I want to connect it to my hotel, and hospitality work. So we created the myKidsy playground for hotels, and practically we have it for luxury and lifestyle hotels. This is for luxury, where it's total sustainable furniture from toddlers to teenagers. And the idea is we go into hotels and we're selling this as a concept, supplying them also how to teach children. And the teaching will be about teaching life skills like coding, entrepreneurship, mindfulness, financial literacy, and sustainability. So it's the content, the design, and manufacturing is all in one hand, and it can be rolled out, into luxury hotels. And you can see here some of the materials I talked before, the apple leather. We have this amazing ceramic slabs from Italy, which are cleaning the air, which are antibacterial, anti-odor. And the idea is to take this into the hotel room too. So we designed a furniture line that can be just easily added on to family rooms. All the materials, again, sustainable. You can see here, this is acoustic felt, flexible. Then you have recyclable resin in this combination. So we created a furniture line that would always go into the hotel brands. And this is a work in progress. It's a sandbox, where the idea that I had is if children play with this box, which can be a chair, a box, or a table, while they touch it, they activate scent. And the way I want it to be is that they activate scent of healthy food, like banana, apple, strawberries. And I'm working with the scent artist on it, and some other people. And my thesis is that children in a playful environment start playing with these sandboxes. They will make a healthy selection in food later on in life. That's my thesis, which I want to prove. And so again, it's the sensory experience. And when we created the myKidsy experience, which launched this year at the Furniture Fair in Cologne, we also worked with a sound artist, Tom Middleton, where we had specific sounds for children to be very inspired for playfulness and also for sleeping well. And all that is kind of connected. I mean, here's about the scent, and the scent artist. And so this is something where the online, offline worlds connect, and where we want to implement this not just in hospitality. It can go into office building, airports, residential towers, but it is always a very educational concept. And I think that hotels could be also a place where, especially resort hotels, when you go with your kids for 1-2 weeks, where they come back with real life skills, I think everybody will be happy. And our program is either online, it's with tech kits that children are going to learn on, or we even have in major cities, we have students that go in and run these classes for children to teach them. And it's always kind of peer-to-peer learning. They're all very young students, so it's not like, it's not an extension of school. But yeah, this is the myKidsy concept which we're rolling out at the moment.
And what age bracket of children are you aiming at?
It's really from toddler to teenager, because the teenagers would be doing the, financial literacy. It starts already quite early, to be honest, but they would go into entrepreneurship and pitching techniques. So we take care of what I feel the schools are missing out on. And, and then mindfulness is the other way, where we think we have to turn them down and give them strength themselves, so that the kids, they're very hyper. How can you get them into a state of, a much more calm state? So it's really tackling all areas of life.
Have you thought about having your own school system?
Well, we are at the moment, we are fundraising for myKidsy. We have a lot of interest at the moment from investors. We want to have the right investors, because the idea of myKidsy is that it will become a global site. I mean, my vision is that it's the go-to site in the world for booking everything. It's because the booking system is exactly like Airbnb, or, it's like Uber. It's an app. It's a website where you can just find, book, and go. But it's much more than that, because we're giving educational content. We have free content on, to promote what's happening in every city in the world. And so the idea is that I do believe that it will make a difference in children's life, and that they will have a better future, because they will be prepared better than today. So that's my very big mission with myKidsy. And I have an amazing team, including the former CTO, talking about fashion before, from Yux Net-a-Porter, who was the first coder of Yux. And, after 20 years, and when the company sold to Richmond, he now finds that this is really a great purpose for himself in life. And I couldn't get a better CTO in the world, I think, than him. And having a few serial tech entrepreneurs next to me to make this, to execute on making this a global success, and then rolling it out offline into the hospitality sector, but other real estate sectors.